Okay, we are back with another episode of Ultimate Blerds. It's your boy Recruit Zero.
It's your boy Uncle Charles. What's good, y'all?
And we are here to talk about It's Our Time to Shine. Black superheroes.
Black superheroes. It ain't 8 of us.
You know.
We're gonna
But
talk
we're
about
making progress. We're making progress.
We're making progress. Talking about that, let's talk about the state of black superheroes in 2020, in our Lord's year of 2024. What's going on with black superheroes?
I mean, we're making a lot of strides. We're getting a lot more representation.
We are.
It used to be like 1 or 2 and they were like sidekicks and stuff. And now we out here.
We taking, we are doing a good job. When you think about it, every black actor has acted in a DC or more. It ain't a black actor out. You could be just new out. and like,
shout out to Aaron Pierre for getting casted as Green Lantern.
He is. Look it. Ain't been on the scene but 5 minutes and already then picked up a role.
And
the funny thing is, I wish more of our characters could do like the Chris Evans swap. Because remember, like he started out in like I feel like everybody's like footsteps is like Fantastic Four. You know who did do that but didn't like keep it going is Michael B. Jordan.
Right, because he
was Human Torch.
Yeah, he was Torch. Then he was Killmonger.
He did. I'm tripping. He did do that.
Yeah, so he got that Chris Evans treatment.
Who else?
Chris Evans was Torch. Then he's Captain America. I feel like they try to avoid that, though, because really the only other person that's done it is most recently Robert Downey Jr. with being Doom now.
Which is like the wildest thing. You went from the head, like, superhero to the head, face. Like the face. Like the face of, like, superheroes to the face for bad guys.
Yeah.
So, like, that doesn't really make much sense.
I'm I personally don't really like in the same franchise seeing an actor play different characters. It kind of breaks the immersion for me. But I mean, get your money though.
Yeah, that's true. Would you take Michael B. Jordan from multiverse talk real quick, 2 seconds? Would you take Michael B. Jordan as Black Panther?
I would, yeah, because I mean they were 2 sides of the same coin. Okay. In the first Black Panther, Killmonger had his what he thought worked and fighting against Black Panther, but they were still they were 2 sides of the same coin, that's really. True. So I think that would be dope. Maybe have him come back and then have the son come up as he gets older or something like that. That'd be a cool little plugging them back into the universe and still getting to see those characters.
You know who else could do a flip? What was my guy's name who played in that X-Men movie? First Class? Remember, he was like, I can adapt to anything.
Oh, they did my man dirty. They were like Darwin.
He
was like, I can adapt to anything, and then they killed him.
Yeah.
That was racist. That was racist.
The first dude to die. I don't think anyone else died in that.
No.
Like,
they need to bring him back and give him justice because they played him with that.
Yeah.
Terribly. And, another person who got to do a flip kind of was Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool. Because he was the crappy version of Deadpool.
He was.
In that Wolverine movie.
But that's just like more Deadpool. He came
back and did it
that's just
correct.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah.
A lot of stuff from like Marvel and DC, on a less positive note, it's less that you get from independent. Mm-hmm. Like, where are my independent superheroes? Like, I love DC and Marvel.
That's true.
But it's like, I do not like the fact that like there's nothing new. And I hate depending on them so much.
I need some more independence because I remember growing up, I'd have comic books from Milestone Comics.
Yeah.
And they had a whole roster, like universe of dope heroes and villains and stuff like that. But of course they weren't. And I think Milestone was a DC imprint.
Is that the imprint that had the show on Netflix?
That might have been, yeah.
Because there was a whole like cast of like superheroes.
Yeah, and they had a lot of dope ones, but we never got to see that on screen. Of course, Static Shock was a staple, and that was, we got the cartoon, but we never got a movie out of that.
But the cartoon was good.
Yeah, the cartoon was good, but I mean, now we cinematic, baby. We want to see a movie or something. And the cartoon not even on no more.
Can I say I like animated movies like from like DC and stuff better than I do live action?
Yes, that's fact. DC, give your animation writers more money and let them do the movies. Because now that's how you could win. Let your animation writers do the movies. Please.
It's all resting on James Gunn and your boy Superman.
Yeah, and that's a tenuous position to hold, as we saw from Joker 2's lack of success. Terrible.
It's terrible.
Everybody we won't talk about it. This black superhero talk.
Yeah. Blades on hold, but we did get Old Blade.
We got Old Blade and Deadpool and Wesley Snipes. You think Wesley Snipes his do another stuff. I would think so. Like, that would be dope to have him get a cameo or something.
Do you think he get his own movie again?
I don't think so. Because, I mean, they want somebody they can run with for a few more years.
Wesley Snipes?
I mean, no, but he's old.
Okay, just let him be old and then, like, hand it off.
And you already got Mahershala.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just hand it off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give him a cameo.
Wesley Snipes is his movie, man. Yeah. Give that man his movie.
That would be dope. Me personally, I don't care about nothing coming out of Marvel until we get Blade. Because we got Agatha, a second tier character, getting her whole TV series.
I haven't watched it yet.
Me neither.
Okay.
Third tier. And whole joint concept to film to air, and we still talking about we need a director for Blade. How hard is it, Marvel, to come up with a script of a vampire
it's very
getting
hard.
Killed by a dude with a sword?
It's very hard.
It's not. You could literally Marvel. You could literally just redo the first movie. Nobody now remembers it.
We do.
They can redo it. We do. All the new people.
The EDM?
The new people.
Put the EDM in there?
You can just remake the first movie and people be like, wow, this is a extreme imagining of the vampire underworld.
I mean, they did it for Star Wars. The first, the J.J. Abrams one.
Right.
It was like, it's the same suit, reheated.
The same storyline, just with Rey.
You know who else I was thinking about? Amanda Waller has gotten shine.
Ah, yeah, because she be going hard on the Suicide Squad for sure.
She does.
Does she count as a superhero though?
She just counts, period.
Yeah.
Because then CCH Pounder play her at one point, and then somebody else play her, and then Viola Davis. Yeah, come on now.
That's true. She gets shine.
Amanda Waller will always get shine. She's like Batman equivalent. Like she's always equipped.
She is.
You remember Justice League? You remember Justice League Unlimited? And Batman was trying to bully her, and she was like, "All right, rich boy." And he was like, "Oh, like I know who you are. Who do you think this is?"
Yeah,
like,
she do be ready with the. You thought?
Yeah, I got the government. I'm powered by the greatest power of all, the American government.
That's fact.
Like unlimited money.
She do have the, that military industrial complex behind her for sure.
She does, bro. She making fake Supermans.
That's true. She do be in her bag. She be in her bag.
Like she made Batman Beyond.
That's true.
She's like, yeah, I saw Batman get old. He's getting they get whooped up in the alley. We need a new one.
A little backup.
So I just scraped up some blood, from crime scenes, and I made you. You know what I'm saying?
That's fact.
Your parents couldn't have a baby. I used my technology so they can have a baby.
Amanda Waller, shout out to Amanda Waller for sure.
And Devious, because that ain't even your dad. Can you imagine that? Like, this is my son, this is my seed. Nah, that's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, right. Again. Like, ooh, that's tough. But I mean, with that, we got a nice little rundown.
Okay.
But we need the list of who are your top 5 black superheroes.
Top 5 black superheroes. Now, I'm gonna say this. This is not about the comics. Okay. So if y'all come up and it's like, oh my God, have you read, comic 58 of this obscure? Like, no, I have not. I watch TV like everyone else, okay? So this is my top 5 in no particular order because I'm not listing things like, oh, this is number 1. So I have Green Lantern, John Stewart.
Okay.
Strictly based off Justice League and Justice League Unlimited.
Okay.
Held that down, right?
That's solid.
I have Black Panther, of course.
Facts.
I mean, just don't get no bigger than that.
Right.
I have Miles Morales.
True.
Right. Not only has he had 2 fire movies, he's also had a video game.
2.
Which actually might put him at number 1 because Black Panther hasn't had his own standalone game.
That's true. That's true.
But
so yeah, Miles Morales definitely building his case.
Yeah, he's cleaning up.
Yeah.
Who'd you get to play Miles Morales in a movie?
Oh, that's tough.
Outside of the obvious take that everyone says Childish Gambino.
Yeah, I mean, that was the choice for like 10 years ago.
Okay,
but
who'd you pick now?
I don't know. I don't really know like too many teen actors. Like personally,
first of all, we're black, so like you pick somebody in their 20s.
They could age him up, true, but I mean, if you coming straight off of the animations, he's still a young teenager.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. I'd have to think about that.
Okay.
I'm sure there's plenty of people out there. I'm just not familiar, and I don't want to, throw out the wrong name or nothing.
Okay. My next group. My next one is like a group. It's like one. It's like David Ruffin and the Temptations. So it's Black Lightning and his family.
Okay.
So like they held that down on the CW. I know we hate on the CW.
Yeah.
The whole Arrowverse and everything, but like that stood its own. And you know what? They also had an amazing villain.
Mm.
And he's not even on my list because we're talking about superheroes. I don't think we're talking about supervillains. Yeah. But Tobias Will.
I caught a few episodes of Black Lightning. Every time he was in the episode, I was pleasantly amused.
Tobias Well was hilarious and like devious.
Yeah.
Like, man, rip somebody's spine out. That's why I was like, whoa, we doing this on CW? Like, this kind of wild. And then my other one, wrapping it up, is Storm. Okay. For her X-Men 97 run.
That's solid.
They straight beefed her up. Omega level threat now. Yeah. Like she's not just
Storm didn't get enough respect in the movies. Because it was like
and in the original cartoons, they just throwing her in a box. And she just started crying.
Like, come on now. Storm out here being a queen. Yeah. Omega level, and you got her crying over whatever.
In 90s, it was like, just put her in an elevator.
Yeah, she like, come on, man.
My powers. Be electrifying area. Lightning bolts hitting Cyclops. It's like, get her out the elevator, please. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's a solid list. So I think our lists overlap a little bit. So I got Black Panther, Miles Morales, Storm. Where mine differ is Static Shock. Okay. Because the cartoon went crazy. That was amazing. And the comic book.
Have you seen the clip that's been going around from Static Shock when he go to his homeboy house for dinner?
Oh, yeah. And it was like, this is racist.
It's like a villain that will not be beat. Racist.
Yeah, it was like,
he tried to play it off.
We're learning things today.
Yeah. He definitely had that like I'm not black moment because he was like, yeah, some hip hop is like this. He was like, it's all garbage. He was like, wait, what? It was when he would go like brush his teeth. Yeah. He was like,
they were dropping them gems in Static Shock.
Put my suit on and beat, He just went home.
Right. He was like, I ain't even trying to deal with this.
He's like, I think it's best I go home.
Exactly. Before I electrify your whole family.
Took that lid and skirted on up. And that sad Family Matters music.
Yeah, it's like
lid flew a little bit lower that day.
Static Shock had gems. Static Shock had gems. And then my last one, Blade. Because he need more respect. He brought the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Well, not exactly. I
feel like he gets a lot of respect.
Now he does.
I feel like
people
he did back then too.
People be trying to say Iron Man. And it's like, Blade showed you could do an R-rated superhero movie, have it be fly, all of that, and make money.
You know why I like Blade, that movie, so much? Because it was just like, it didn't feel like a superhero movie.
Right.
It was just like...
super grounded, gritty, all of that. And I'm like... that should be the easiest thing for Marvel to do right now.
And the emergence of Ryan Reynolds. That's when like the Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah, in Blade started. 3.
Yeah,
yeah.
He was like the homeboy. Or something, right? I do have some honorable mentions. Right? Okay. So like one honorable mention is Blank Man.
Okay, Blank Man. That's respectable.
The hood's Batman. J5, right? Like that's a good one.
Yeah, Blank Man's good. What about Meteor Man?
Hey, man, I don't usually curse on this podcast, but hell no. Hell no.
Why do you not like Meteor Man, bro? Robert Townsend was trying to bring a positive figure to the hood, man.
I like, this is a friendly podcast, and you gonna get me out of character. That man was a weekend warrior. That man had his powers on Friday. They was gone on Sunday. It was gone on Sunday.
You do what you can with what you have, man.
Everybody on this list, even Blank Man continued to fight crime at the end. The city loved him, gave him the key to the city. And you know what he kept doing? Running around with J5 and David Allen Greer. Like, helping people give birth in elevators. Like, helping women like deliver babies. Meteor Man got hit by a meteor.
Right.
Right? Which changed his cellular DNA.
Right.
For 72 hours.
And he did what he had to do.
He's not a superhero.
Bro, he's temporary. It's not his fault the meteor ran out.
That man had a temp job.
And he got hired. He could have just been like, yo, I got powers.
Superhero temp agency.
Is that his fault, though? Look at what he did in those 72 hours.
A black man made a black superhero and did the whitest thing ever of taking his own damn powers by the end of the movie. He didn't fly off and help the rest of the community. Like, this man helped a block. Like, he even helped a whole city. This man helped a block.
You start with your block, man.
And then lost his powers.
That's not his fault.
Robert Townsend wrote Meteor Man. If I wrote a superhero, you know what I'm not gonna say? And at the end, he went back. I don't have powers. At the end, he went back to his job at the post office. Like, what?
Damn.
What? I grew all this fruit in my garden of the block that I was saving. Like, at least Luke Cage saved all of Harlem. Like, Meteor Man saved 25th Street. Like, that was it. That was it. I don't care what people say, oh, you hating. And I liked his power, getting his power from books and stuff. Like, he could read, he could touch a book and like get the stuff. Like, that's like beyond, like before the Matrix. Like, that was cool. I like the battle and they fought it out. But it was like, wait a minute. He was losing it halfway through the movie. The beginning half, he tried to figure out how to fly. He tried to figure out what to do. And I remember he did this, and he was grabbing all the bullets and saving grandma or whatever. And then he opened his hands up. He was like, there's blood inside. Like, that happens in, like, movie 2, like the sequel. And then he gets it back. That man did like this. He used all his powers in 72 hours. You know how long grandma had to work on that outfit?
Bro.
That outfit, the first outfit was trash. It was like a sock, and she came through with like the plated up joint and the M on it with the
people were doing the best with what they had, man.
The man ran out of juice. Like, not only that, but who's in the background with Bill Cosby with a piece in a Folgers can because he's homeless doing like this? Like, man was just touching it, like, and he was like making stuff fly. Like, damn. No, I ain't giving Meteor Man no props, bro. Meteor Man ain't on nobody's list. Bro,
tough crowd.
Meteor Man get watched by everybody. Meteor Man get watched by Blank Man by Sunday. He might have him on Friday. Like, I'm just gonna wait 2 days. I'm gonna wait for Monday. We gotta go to work. Catch him at lunch.
All right.
Showed his face too.
That's enough Meteor Man slander.
No, hold on. I'm gonna keep it right.
Meteor Man slander, bro.
Showed his face, bro. Like, didn't even hide his face. Had his face like, I am Meteor Man.
Because he thought he had the juice. He didn't know it was gonna run out.
That's what happened at Tuesday at 3. And it's like a bank robbery.
He didn't know.
2 blocks down.
He didn't know.
Help us, Meteor Man. Oh, that ain't my job no more. The meteor is out of me.
So you act like that when Superman get hit with the kryptonite, he like, Lois, help me.
Superman had been Superman. He's still Superman.
He's not Superman when that kryptonite hit him.
Nah, this is why I give Blank Man props over Meteor Man. Because Blank Man was like Batman. He saved the day continuously.
All right, that's enough Meteor Man slander. That's enough Meteor Man.
And Blank Man had Robin Givens. Who Meteor Man have?
I don't remember.
A block party with James Earl Jones and everybody else dressed up. Who'd he have?
What? We
the Golden Awards were flyer than Meteor Man.
Damn. That's crazy.
Had Luther Vandross in the back with the gun, like, hey, don't move. I'm just saying, bro. There's a lot. There's look at it. Look, you pulled it up.
That's crazy, bro.
What's the run time? An hour?
100 minutes.
Exactly. That man had that power for about 35 minutes. Let's go. Superhero for 35 minutes.
Damn. All right. That's enough Meteor Man slander, bro. That's crazy.
Come at me.
We might get canceled for that.
Twice.
Because Robert Townsend is a black community gem.
Okay, well, you got enough money, make another one. Pick somebody else to be Meteor Man. Let him keep his powers the whole time.
Sheesh.
He wrote it. I can tell you what, when I make my show, ain't nobody losing their powers.
So since Meteor Man wasn't enough for you,
okay,
how can the black superhero community grow in terms of, you know, bigger movies, more characters in general, just making sure we keep getting that representation? Because really a lot of these characters have been kind of a recent development, not from the comics, of course, but like getting that opportunity to be on the big screen and stuff.
I think it starts by not looking at the big screen.
Okay.
I think it starts with like making something we like. Like how often do we see like fly artists like making a character or making something, right? I think part of it is like we have to define our own stuff. Right. And not like, yes, everything, there's nothing new under the sun. And everything is just, you know, a variant of something else.
Right.
But we should define our own stuff. We should find things that work for us.
That makes sense.
Like, you know, we don't have to be like, for all of us that love anime, right? It's like, when we think of black anime, it's like just some spinoff of Naruto. And I'm like, it ain't gotta be like, you know, hidden, you know, nut village. Like just a little bit of like same powers. It's like take your time and put our own. I always go to like the Boondocks, right? And it's like that's something where they put their own spin on it with the art. Right. Like it's there. It's not, it is us first. And I think if we are us centric, and also like us now.
Yeah.
Like too often I always feel like, we're going to get canceled like 2-3 times in this podcast. But I always feel like we go to Egypt.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, like I get like there's like a whole mythology in Egypt. But like, I'm not Egyptian.
That's true.
Right? Like, you know, I want something that feels like us. Right. Like you can make your own lore. You could use that as a source and then bring it over here.
Right.
Like we don't always have to go that route.
And there is a lot of stuff that people kind of overlook. Because even with the Egyptian thing, like, yeah, that's underutilized lore. I can see why people go there. But there's so many other cultures on the continent to go to. There's even American, like Black American stuff you could make superheroes from. And it's just like everybody goes to Egypt or whatever it may be. And it's just like, bro, one of my friends, he has a whole comic line called The Elements, where it's about superheroes based on the different elements of hip hop. And it's just like
that's fire.
Stuff like that is like, bro, we got to think better and don't always try to, I won't say think small in terms of don't try to hit a home run, but there's so many avenues now because stuff is democratized. Like you could do an animation and that go viral and go crazy. You don't necessarily have to sit on your idea for 10 years trying to get it made into a movie.
I mean, think about like, I remember as a kid watching John Henry.
Right. And he was fighting a steam engine.
Fighting a steam engine and won.
Exactly.
His lady was out there talking big noise to the people at the job, like, don't make my man come up here and show y'all up. And she went down there, made that man some biscuits. It was like, John picked up that hammer and like smacked the railroad through a mountain. Like, and I always remember that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, move over. What was my man who had the bull? American mythology person.
Because the Blue Bull?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Oh, no one remembers.
I remember the bull's name was Babe.
That's hilarious. But I was like, who needs that? I got John Henry. He's building railroads out of mountains, right?
Right.
And so those are the things that you can ground in reality. Paul Bunyan. Okay. Yeah, like, I'm like, man, I'll put, you know what I'm saying, John Henry up on Paul Bunyan. Like, he's taking him and that ox. You know, I think there's that. And then I think there's this idea of of like getting to the big screen is like, to your point, like put stuff out, like let us support it. Like if it's good, like let us buy it, you know, like put a little money on, you know, you have AI and all types of things that can help. Make 2-3 minutes, make a trailer, like just
a sizzle. Because you look at that's how Deadpool got made. They made the little teaser and then leaked it and they showed the interest. People were interested. They got the budget.
And you have enough like influencers and people now who can rally behind you that are doing that type of content and make that type of stuff. Like you want to make things that like people want to meme and make, you know, use powers and that type of stuff. If you have that, it goes a long way.
Right.
Like and like keep it current again. Or be in a time period that fits with us, right?
Exactly.
Like, there's a reason why we're not going past like 1950.
Yeah.
It's just like, as black people, it's like, we're not going that far back.
Yeah.
Like, let's go back to the 16th. No.
Yeah.
Let's go back to like both. No. Like, it's never good for us a time.
Yeah.
Like, just give me this time range right now. Or go so far as to rewrite history.
Right.
And make a different area.
Exactly.
Make the world all black for all I care. Like,
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? Like, don't just lean on the things that have come before you and just be like, but now they got an afro.
Yeah, there's a lot of concepts if you are thinking, because it's like all the well-worn tropes or just like color swapping an existing character is like, we've seen that. You can combine all these things to make something brand new that's not leaning on anything, still has desirable traits, and is still interesting to your audience.
Yeah, I mean, this is to everybody out there. You know where we haven't gone as a people? Space. You know where we don't go? Space. There's like other worlds we could go to, right? Like there's other planets. You could make a whole planet. You could make a whole universe. Like we don't just have to leave it to Earth. Like you could go anywhere and be any type of superhero. You know, you could.
That's true.
Like there's just a bunch there. I think the other thing that we have to do is be willing to share, right? Like we have to be willing to share a universe with other creators and other writers and other artists. It can't just be, this is my art.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is mine. And you know, like, think about the biggest franchise of Star Wars, right? Like, and I always kind of, I don't know the whole story, but I know it for like, George Lucas made Star Wars and then was like, let's kick it out.
Right, with the extended universe.
And it was other writers. It wasn't just George Lucas writing all those books and all those characters. It was people just coming up with stuff.
Some of them joints was the most fire concepts that was coming out of the universe.
Which is why everybody got mad at Disney when it was like, okay, we're cutting all that off and going straight like this.
Yeah.
And it was like, like, someone create something and then let us like build on it.
Yeah.
Like, and let that be okay.
That's true. I agree with that for sure.
Because we do need representation. Like, it matters. Like, you can't say, you know, this is pulling something I read from Marcus Garvey. He was like, you know, people need representation. Like, people need their own lore. They need their own myths. Like, they need the things that they look to that make them stand tall and straighten their backs up.
Sure.
So when you look to, like, a Captain America or Superman or whatever, or even Punisher. Let's take somewhere far, you know, like that. Like, I'm not taking this. There are groups of people who can look at that and be like, I ain't no, we know you ain't never gonna be Superman. But it's like, it's cool to know I have lore.
Right.
Like, I have something that's like beyond me, beyond, you know, reality TV and like the soap operas. Like, I have a chance. I think that's also good for creativity because it's saying like, I have a chance to be anything. And I'm seeing someone and it's like jogging, like
that opens up the possibilities. Yeah. Because you see yourself in different characters.
I could be a skater.
Yeah.
I could be a scientist. I could be this, you know, and it's just good to see. There's a show, and I didn't want to forget Supercell. It was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's something I was watching it, and I was like, okay, this is pretty interesting. Dude could go back in time. This other person could do this, and it's like, they're struggling to like with their powers. Like, there's like a human element. It's not just like they're superheroes or whatever.
Even before that joint with Jamie Foxx, Project Power, where people was getting powers in a different way. It was through like the illicit drugs, but you were seeing a different type of universe. Was it where it wasn't just like, oh, we've been bestowed powers. It was like on some underground type stuff and seeing what happens in that situation.
Because I think it's cool to be like, what happens if it's just not a cape?
Right.
Because and I hate saying this, but like when you have a cape and stuff, like there's certain rules you got to play by. Like we can't do harm. We can't do this. And like the world is not that black and white for us.
Like if people got powers on Earth right now, there'd be somebody wilding out.
Yes. We might be wilding out depending on the powers, right? It's like, I got power. You seen that thing on the meme that was on social media where it was like, yeah, you know, we got powers. We can save everybody. And the dude was like, save.
Exactly.
Not saving nobody.
That's exactly the...
How many rights and wrongs would you do? Like, who would you put? Like, you give it to the right revolutionary, like certain powers, and it's like, it's good for us.
Right.
And good for y'all. And you can't kill him.
Exactly.
What if he turns on us?
Things will look real different.
It would look real different.
So, yeah. Representation, definitely important. I think we had some good ideas on how that can grow for sure. I hope the industry has those things in mind as they keep trying to grow, because you saw from Black Panther, black sells. So keep getting this money. Keep getting this money. Don't cut that back. So for sure, I think I'm looking forward to Blade because I need Blade. But I definitely looking forward to like the Lanterns. You know, we got Captain Falcon's Captain America now, so we about to see that. So I know you're not a fan, and we'll probably talk about that. I know we'll talk about that in another episode.
I like Falcon.
We'll talk about that in another episode.
Stop. Don't make it seem like I don't like.
You don't like him as Captain America.
I think he was so solid as that character, and he was doing dope stuff on his own in that character. He had the sticks on. He just pull out. It's like he had 2 Uzis on him. Like he was doing his own. Like he was so capable as that character that I'm like, you didn't have. I mean, if you want to, fine.
Well, we'll talk about him as Captain America in another episode.
Because we gotta talk about Captain America. Period.
But yeah, but it's been another episode of Ultimate Blerds. I'm your boy, Recruit Zero.
I'm Uncle Charles.
And shout out to Eggplant Sweats. And we will see you on another one.
Don't cancel me. I love y'all. I do.